Okay, you're good.
All right, as most of you know, my name is Tischofer, and I did my senior project on our veterans. As we all know, some veterans have difficulty on their return home from active service. After living a very regimented life, they need to adapt back to civilian life. This transition can affect soldiers both physically and mentally in negative ways. The most common disability from war includes PTSD, loss of limbs, and traumatic brain injury. Unfortunately, the government does not fund enough to allow those with disabilities to receive the necessary funds. Therefore, these veterans must seek help from private organizations. These private organizations are funded by donations and are meant to be used to help veterans return to a somewhat normal life. The most known program is the Wounded Warrior Project. So as many of you know, I enlisted in the U.S. Army National Guard last year and went through basic training during the summer down at Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. So I want to do something that personally connected with me because I can kind of relate somewhat to what they kind of had to go through for all of their active life. I was only there for 2 months, but it still was a taste of what they actually had to go through. Through all of their service years. This is a picture of my platoon in the 795th Military Police Delta Company. So volunteer. I figured there was no better place to reach out and give back than to those who serve the country, the New Hampshire Veterans Home. The veterans look forward to visitors because many of them are neglected. There are a number of issues that present themselves within the home. Some are left with no family, and some of them are neglected and alone. PTSD and other long-lasting disabilities make it difficult for many of them to function properly. These problems, along with natural aging, can make everyday life very challenging. So what I did at the home, event help, so that was mostly bingo. They had dinners. I had to go to the Deerfield Fair and kind of go around from there. Not really monitor the kids, but just make sure they were all accounted for. They always had to go to their trips to the grocery store and stuff to go and get all our necessary items, which really weren't that necessary because they kind of have everything given to them, but they like their freedom. Movie night. So some days they bring them to the actual movie theater. It was a big night out for them. That was mostly getting them to the buses, getting them all around, getting everything they need. All the popcorn and drinks and everything are free from the movie theater. Making friends with them. That was mostly being there just for them to talk to. They would tell stories. Some of them like to keep the stories away from their active duty service, but some of them would actually share their service with us if they, it was somewhat okay to tell, but some of them did really struggle with their problems that they had there. This is a picture of the fishing pond outside of the home. It's right off to the right of it. So the top left picture here is an additional photo of the pond. Me and a guy named PJ, who was one of the closer guys I was with, he'd go there every single day. It was nice out, and we'd go and feed the turtles with these crackers you had to go to the store to get every single week, so that was pretty cool. And then this bottom right picture is a picture of their town hall community center, and that's where mostly all the meetings and events were held, and all the smaller kind of little movies that they had, or shows, and bingo and stuff like that. So I chose to do an event for my senior project to raise money for the Wounded Warrior Project and also raise awareness for the cause. My event was a motorcycle ride, and those that participated donate money for the cause. Although the ride had to be postponed to weather, it was still very successful. So some of the setbacks include less riders and inability to ride in New Hampshire Motor Speedway as previously planned due to rain. The ride occurred October 8th, which started and ended in Concord. So, again, here I'd like to give a special thanks to the veterans and staff at the Veterans Home, the riders who attended the event, Wounded Warrior Project, Mrs. Dustin for guidance throughout the course, Mr. Benjamin Forbes being the best mentor a guy could ask for, and God bless veterans, great nation, and those that defend our country.